Got it? You want a first-person, emotionally charged, YouTube-optimized story with the tone of George Blackman, built around your specified premise and structure. Here's your *** full narrative in the exact high-impact format you've requested. The botanist's resurgence. Hook the shattering moment ***. They didn't just fire me. They laughed. In front of the entire conference hall under the cold glare of fluorescent lights, my proposal for urban foraging as a sustainable food system was dismissed as **dangerous fantasy**. A senior professor leaned into the microphone smirking and said, "This is not science, this is scavenging." The laughter rippled through the audience like a wave, colleagues, students, even friends I thought I could trust, all of them reducing years of research into a punchline. And in that instant I felt something break, not my credibility, not my career, something deeper, the belief that truth alone could win. The painful departure and relentless pursuit. I walked out of that building without saying a word. My resignation letter was already written in my head. I wasn't leaving just my job, I was leaving the room where discovery had been replaced by conformity. For months, I wandered the city at dawn, notebook in hand, cataloging plants that most people stepped over without noticing. Chickweed in sidewalk cracks, dandelion greens in vacant lots, wild garlic pushing through chain-link fences. The ridicule played in my head like a broken record, but it became fuel. Every time I heard their voices calling me a fraud, I looked harder, learned more, mapped every forgotten green corner like it was treasure. I studied the soil in neglected parks, traced water runoff patterns along gutters, documented seasonal growth cycles in alleyways no one thought twice about. I was alone and the work was relentless, but it was mine. The arduous ascension and profound triumph. The first breakthrough came not in a lab, but on a street corner where an elderly woman watched me collect lamb's quarters from a crack in the pavement. She asked if they were edible. I cooked them for her right there on a portable stove. Word spread. Soon, I was running free workshops in community gardens, teaching families how to identify, harvest, and prepare safe, nutrient-rich plants growing naturally in their neighborhoods. My maps became guides, my guides became a movement. City officials who once ignored me began inviting me to consult on sustainable food access projects. Schools incorporated urban foraging into their science curriculum. And the data, the undeniable peer-reviewed data, showed that urban foraging could supplement diets, reduce food waste, and strengthen ecosystems. The same experts who once laughed now quoted my research in their lectures. The cathartic return and poetic justice. 1 year later, I was back in that same conference hall. This time I stood at the podium. The screen behind me lit up with images of thriving community foraging programs, restored green spaces, and smiling families carrying baskets brimming with wild produce. I paused, letting the silence settle. Then I said, "You called it scavenging, I call it resilience." The applause wasn't polite, it was thunderous, rising like a tide, the sound of recognition of a truth too visible to deny. I walked off that stage knowing I hadn't just proven them wrong, I had proven myself right, and in the cracks of the city where others saw nothing, I had found a future. Life lesson woven in ***. Sometimes the world will laugh at what it does not understand, but if you keep walking, keep looking, keep building in the overlooked spaces, the day will come when they stop laughing and start listening. If you want, I can *tighten this even further for YouTube * so the hook hits in the first 5 seconds and the pacing keeps retention at maximum. Do you want me to create that *optimized, pacing perfect version next?